Chapter 4. Rick Malone swallowed his cigarette and lit a large vodka. Oh, God, it's this heat. New South Wales. What was wrong with the old one? Rick Malone. Rick Malone. Oh, go away, you brute! Get off! Go! Nanny!
Did you call, Mr. Patrick?
I did. I thought I said I wasn't to be disturbed.
But you haven't been disturbed.
I have, Nanny, I have.
I see you've learnt it.
Learnt what?
The Australian salute.
I'm not surprised. There's an Australian fly in there.
Oh, well, there's some fly spray on the shelf.
The whole place is seething with aerial wildlife with which I have nothing in common.
Well, this is Australia, Mr. Patrick.
Thank you, Nanny. I happen to know where we are, yes. Oh, heat.
Well, why don't you make a minor concession to the climate and take off your woolly cardigan?
What? Drop all civilized standards? Go native? Besides, I like working in this cardigan. It was in this cardigan that Rick Malone uncovered the mystery of the scorpion in the bidet. I was dressed like this when I conceived the son of Miriam, the mad matriarch of Manchester. I get all my best conceptions in this cardigan.
Well, I would have thought you might conceive even better with the buttons undone.
I think we've got our conceptions slightly confused. Now, what I... Fly spray!
Oh, I am sorry. Shall I get you some fresh?
No, leave it, Nanny, leave it. I shall just try and get on with my thriller before I fall over on my back and expire with my feet in the air.
I do love your little jokes.
Rick Malone pulled on his jacket and adjusted his fly. Oh, no.
Hello there, Uncle Patrick. How's it going?
I thought you were supposed to be at the dentist.
Well, I was, but I only needed one small filling. Look, Rick. So I got back early. Great, isn't it?
Marvellous, yes.
Weather on the hour. The temperature in Sydney is now 37 degrees and rising.
Turn that thing off! Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Rick Malone.
Hello, Uncle Patrick.
Oh, not you as well.
Well, Daddy said I should bring you this. She said you were sweating your knickers off in here. Oh, come in.
Use expression like knickers. It's so disgraceful. Now then, Rick Malone... But no, don't do that, no! No, I'll take... Turn it off. Turn the thing off. Go on, turn it... Go away.
Oh, sorry, Uncle Patrick.
Oh, Lord.
Come on, Sue. The heat's got it in. Yes, he is a bit prickly, isn't he? Well, I expect it's prickly heat.
Rick Malone... Yeah, hell. Rick Malone... Nanny! Nanny! Nanny, there's someone at the... Where the devil is she? Oh, all right. Yes?
Stand still.
What?
Don't move.
No, I won't.
Let me soak you in. Let my eyes devour you. The flesh. The Patrick Glover in the flesh. And what flesh? Oh, welcome, Mr. Glover. Welcome to the Antipodes.
Yes, that's very kind of you, but excuse me, what...
Oh, let me savour this historic moment.
What historic moment?
Things were alone together, knowing they're being destined to meet. She gazed up at his finely chiselled features, his aquiline nose, the inviting mouth with just a hint of cruelty. Chapter 5, Thus Angry the Dawn by Patrick Glover.
Yes, I know.
Oh, what a thrill!
Nanny!
Do not cry out, my love. Be still. We're in this together. For now, for always. Chapter 10, Come Bleeding Sunrise by Patrick Glover.
Yes.
I'm from the gas.
Oh, you've come to read the meter?
No. The GA, yes. The Glover Appreciation Society, Australia in brackets. And I, Enid M. Edgley, am president, founder, and fan forever. Oh, Mr. Glover!
That must be the thriller he was working
Nanny, you didn't have to invite her to stay to tea.
Oh, Mr. Patrick, it was the least we could do. After all, she has founded the Patrick Glover Appreciation Society.
More like the Sydney All-In Wrestling Society.
She's certainly enthusiastic.
She certainly is. Well, just give her a quick cup of tea and then tell her to go away.
Oh, and I'm sure she'd like to taste my fairy cakes.
What?
It's a new recipe with just a hint of rhubarb in them.
Hint of human flesh would be more suitable. I think she's a cannibal.
May I suggest you go and talk to her while I make the tea?
I've got a much better suggestion, Nanny.
What's that?
You go and talk to her and I'll make the tea.
Mr. Patrick, we can't leave her on her own. After all, she is part of your public. She's your Australian meal ticket.
Oh. Well, she's not going to get her teeth into my meat pie.
She stood before him, abandoned and unattired. He gazed up at her heaving breasts and said,
Tea won't be long.
"Ah, how nice. Isn't that typical of you folks from the old country? A pot of tea and crumpet, no doubt."
It's fairy cakes, actually.
Would you mind repeating that?
I said it's fairy cakes, actually.
And again.
Fairy cakes, actually.
Ah, that gorgeous accent. He sort of turns my whole system to jelly and quivers my extremity. My, isn't it simply lovely in here?
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs.
Glorious home.
Mrs. Gloria Soame.
Oh, no. Mrs. Edith Emedgerly?
Well, then who's Gloria Soame?
Oh, no, I meant you got a glorious home here.
Oh, Gloria.
Oh, you know, I could listen to you all day, Pat.
Patrick. Yes.
I just love to hear you articulate. Please, please go on. I won't interrupt you.
Well, of course, a good speaking
Oh,
voice
this is such a
I-
thrill. I've read every one of your fascinating books, you know.
Really?
You see, being a widow, I haven't got much else to do at night.
I see, yes.
And now here I am, little old me, hobnobbing with you in the flesh, and what flesh?
Yes, so you said, yes.
Oh, my fellow members of the Patrick Glover Appreciation Society are going to be eating their little hearts out with sheer envy.
How many members have you got?
Members? Countless, you dear man, countless.
Really?
And what evenings we've had with your books.
Yeah.
We all sit around and take it in turns to read aloud. But I always read the last chapter, because I feel I'm more affiliated to your particular type of passion.
But you were going to tell me how many members you have.
Well, there's little old me, of course.
Yes, of course, yes.
Then there's dear Uncle Harry. He's rather hard of hearing and a little fragile, poor dear. And Mr. and Mrs. Broadbottom. They emigrated here some years ago. And Mrs. Willis and her two sisters from the Over-60s Trampoline Club. That makes, let me see, 7 in all.
7?
No, I tell a lie, it's 8, including the dog. And you should just see what he does when the villain seduces the heroine. Come and sit with me, dear.
Well, I think I'd better see about
come
the tea.
on, dear. Oh, you are rather puny, Pat.
If you wouldn't mind.
Oh, no, not at all. Let's have a little tete-a-tete.
But I do really think that
Oh, come along now. I mean, if your hero, Rick Malone, was here, he'd probably have me down on the floor by now.
Yeah, but I am not Rick Malone.
No, but it's all written from personal experience, isn't it?
What?
I mean, take that torrid scene from The Case of the Amorous Arab. When they're in Tangier, and he stripped her down to search for opium, and then couldn't restrain himself and threw her on the sand dune and...
Yes, I know. Yes. that was not from real life. That was just imagination, fantasy.
Oh, you do that as well, do you?
No.
Oh, you're so sweet when you're angry, Pat. No wonder we're all in love with you.
In love?
Yeah, all of us. But for me, it started with your picture. The one on the rear dust jacket of your book.
Yes, well, I have always taken rather a good photograph.
Of course, now I see you, I realise it must have been taken some years ago.
I see.
But it doesn't alter the fact that I'm in love with you. I bottled my passion long enough, and I don't think I can sit on it any longer.
Perhaps you better get up and walk around.
Pat, if you want me,
No!
I'm yours.
Mr. Patrick, she's gone. You can come in now. Mr. Patrick, where are you? Patrick, what are you doing in the broom cupboard?
I suppose you'd rather I was being ravished for Anglo-Australian relations.
I told you she's gone. And she asked me to give you this as a memento of your first meeting.
Careful how you burn it, Nanny. It might start a nuclear reaction. If that woman comes here again, I am not in. Is that clearly understood? She is quite obviously an Australasian sex maniac.
It wasn't very nice of you just dashing off like that.
I made a perfectly polite excuse.
Telling her you got a sudden attack of writer's cramp.
In fact, she was rather impressed. That reminds me, I want a word with those two girls.
Oh, they were only joking, Mr. Patrick.
Oh, you think so? Well, I don't think that he's at it again and good on your uncle, give her the quick one too, was entirely wrong.
Well, I suspect they've forgotten all about it by now.
That's it, Uncle Patrick. Dig in. Well, the way you're going on, you've got to keep your strength up.
It's amazing that he finds time to write any books.
Now listen.
You must understand that someone as famous as your uncle has to be prepared for these unexpected displays of affection.
Thank you, Nanny.
I remember an occasion at Regent Street, London, when he dropped his umbrella, and as he stooped down to pick it up, a woman suddenly rushed towards him and started...
Yes, Nanny, quite.
You're right, Nanny. After all, if he wants a little roll on the sofa with a lady friend, it's none of our business.
I was not rolling on the sofa and she is not a lady friend.
Oh, gone farther than that, has it?
No, that's not. I mean, I have not. I won't tell them what I mean, Nanny.
Haven't you two got anything better to do?
Oh, yes, we have, Nanny. My boyfriend, Ronnie's here. He's just getting his camera. We've got a special project to do for the Uni Mag.
I thought Bruce was your boyfriend.
No, he's dead fish.
Dead fish.
Oh, it's Ronnie now. Oh, you'll like him, Uncle Patrick. He's really ace.
Is he?
Hello there.
This is Ronnie. That's Nanny.
How do you do?
And Uncle Patrick.
How do you do?
You know, Patrick Glover, the famous author.
Uncle Patrick's the one we just told you about, you know.
Oh, is that him, is it? He looks too old for it.
There was an unearthly silence in the room. Rick Malone could hear the thumping of his heart. Not a sound disturbed the silence. Nanny!
Yes, Mr. Patrick?
What on earth is going on upstairs? It's like trying to work under Waterloo Station.
Oh, they're busy with their uni project.
Well, my work is more important than their uni project.
Oh, well, don't upset yourself, Mr. Patrick.
Upset my... Nanny, when my blood is up, I make Attila the Hun look like Jiminy Cricket.
Hold still. Good one. Right.
They're in my room.
All right, that's enough on the bed. Let's have a go at a couple of other positions. You first, Liz, leaning up against the wall. Then you, Sue, up against the wardrobe door.
What is it, Mr. Patrick?
Come on, enjoy yourselves. Imagine you're getting $100 a time for it.
I better put the kettle on.
Susan, get off that bed. Elizabeth, come away from that wall. And you, put your clothes on. Oh.
What's the matter, Uncle? Ronnie's just taking a few photos of us.
Oh, I see.
It's for the Uni Mag.
It's for the project we're doing, sport.
Yes, well, you can do that sort of sport downstairs. Fully clothed and from the neck up. Get dressed.
Oh, Uncle
Go on,
Patrick!
she can do it without your assistance. Thank you very much, young man. never known anything so disgraceful, cavorting about the place half naked. I never allowed that sort of thing at home in England.
Welcome to Australia.
I'm hotter than ever now. Oh, God. Oh. My God, you're a handsome devil, she said. He caught sight of his own reflection in the mirror. She was right. Yes. The years had dealt kindly to him.
What did you do? Burgle the library?
No, these all belong to our members. I brought them to be autographed in his own fair hand.
You'll find him in the study.
Thank you, dear.
That's quite a pile.
Yeah, he sure is prolific, isn't he?
Well, I'm never quite sure what that means, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
He still retained that suggestion of hidden power and virility that women found irresistible. Yes, that's good. Very good, yes. Now then, what was the distance from Melbourne to Perth? Ah, yes.
Strike me gently, it's bloody hot.
Not those damn girls again. Now listen. Oh, no.
Hello. I think the last straw just broke the old camel's back.
I thought you'd gone.
I'm like the old Aussie boomerang. I always come back. Oh, I like the dressing gown. You know, it sort of gives you a suggestion of hidden virility and power that women find irresistible.
Oh, really? Do you think so? It was just that I was feeling rather warm, so I thought I'd slip into something. What are you doing here?
I just couldn't bear the thought of you suffering from that awful writer's cramp, so I brought you some special embrocation for
I
it.
haven't got right. I mean...
The chemist recommended it, so I'll apply it while we work out your future arrangements.
I haven't got any future arrangements.
No, but I have. I've arranged for you to address a little group from the GAS in the comfort of my modest home, followed by an intimate evening for two in downtown Sydney. That's tomorrow.
I'm afraid it'll have to be an intimate evening for one. Now, will you please go?
I'll leave you in pain and suffering. Oh, you're going to have a busy week and you've got all those books to autograph. We've got to massage that little old writer's cramp right away.
I do not want to be massaged.
That's what they all say. We'll start with the shoulders first, so off with the dressing You'll find it a lot easier when I get my hands on you, dear.
Madam, control yourself.
Don't be bashful. I'm quite familiar with the male body.
This is an assault.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Uncle Patrick doesn't give up easy, does he?
No!
You feeling better now, Mr. Patrick?
No, Nanny.
Can I get you anything?
Yes, Nanny. Police protection.
Don't worry, Uncle Patrick, you'll live.
If it goes on like this, we shall have to have buckets of cold water distributed about the place in case of emergencies. Which of you two girls let her in?
Sorry, Uncle. I didn't realise she was prophilic too.
What are you talking about? Oh, my God, that's her! Let me in! Bar all the windows! Lock the doors! Don't let her in! Nanny, protect me!
Uncle Patrick! Mr. Patrick! Uncle, Mr. Patrick!
It must be the heat.
Uncle Patrick, it's only Ronnie!
Ronnie?
Yes, I asked him to give Mrs. whatever her name is a lift home on the back of his motorbike.
And you took her all the way home
Yes.
and left her there?
Yeah.
I'm beginning to like him.
She said she'd give you a ring.
Nanny, make a note. Have the telephone disconnected. And you, give me that film out of your camera before that photograph gets distributed all around Sydney.
The film radio.
You can just imagine it, can't
Well,
you?
there's no
Nanny?
film. It's gone.
What?
Well, I slung it over my shoulder when I gave that lady friend of yours a lift on my back of my bike, and the crafty old cow. She must have taken it.
Really?
Oh, Uncle Patrick, what is going to happen?
I think I am just about to find out. Thank thank you so much. May I say that it has been a great pleasure for me to address you all this evening. And now I must be leaving. And now...
Enid and I.
Enid and I look forward to seeing you all again.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
For morning coffee.
For morning coffee.
Well, now, thank you for a fascinating talk, Pat.
Patrick.
And now, before Pat and I are whisked away for an intimate evening for two at Jimbo's Snack Bar and Grill, he'll be pleased to dispense autographed copies of all his books. There, that wasn't too bad, was it, Pat?
Patrick.
Oh, he's so lovely I could eat him. By the way, Pat, dear, here's a souvenir photo we had taken at your home. Keep it, I've got plenty more.